I went from a high school dropout that got arrested and had terrible grades to making over $100,000 per month at age 21.
Tan Choudhury, a young guy who went from high school dropout and drug addict to self-made millionaire dropshipper by the age of 21, who was taking the dropshipping world by storm. So where exactly did Tan come from? Is he actually the self-made millionaire that he claims? Well, he grew up in a family with immigrant parents.
I grew up in a middle-class family. My dad was an immigrant from Bangladesh, and my mom's side of the family was Holocaust survivor.
His childhood was normal at first, but then things started to go wrong when his parents began having troubles. Tan didn't do well in school, he hung out with the wrong crowd, and he didn't care about his education. His life choices got worse when his parents divorced when he was 14 years old. Tan turned to drugs and got into trouble with the police multiple times. He was suspended from school 5 times and had no interest in finishing high school. He felt like his life was at an all-time low.
And by the time I was 14, I already got arrested for underage drinking, and I had a very traumatic experience where I ended up waking up in the hospital. And I'm not gonna get too into it, but basically what happened, I was walking around buzzed at night, a police officer saw me, he jumped on top of me, and I woke up in the hospital with a busted face.
Eventually, Tan was arrested for drug use, and his parents were disappointed in him. They had to move him from school to school because of his behavior. Tan lost all motivation to finish his education, and his father told him that he wouldn't receive any financial support if he didn't go to college. Tan knew that he had to make a change and decided to take matters into his own hands. He had always been an entrepreneur at heart, but he didn't realize it until later. He started to buy items in bulk from China and sell them in the US for a profit. This is known as drop shipping. Tan went on Craigslist to look for his first job and was willing to do anything.
Needs to get a job to build some capital, and I ended up going on Craigslist.com, literally scouring for any type of job that I could get, and
He spent many sleepless nights browsing job listings and calling different places. He eventually landed a job at Costco selling Little Giant ladders. He was paid $13 an hour and received a commission if he sold any ladders. Despite having no experience in sales, he became one of the top salespeople in the company. Tan was finally good at something and wanted to repeat his success. He got 2 more jobs, delivering pizzas and working at another job in Costco. With his newfound sources of income, Tan felt like it was time to move out. He was making around $3,500 a month, which was enough to cover his rent and expenses. But he didn't want to stop there. He checked Instagram for some ideas and found a glass art page that caught his attention. He had a feeling that he could make some good money by reselling the glass artwork. So he created his own Instagram page and started selling used glass artwork. It went pretty well for him, and he realized that the glass art market had a lot of potential buyers. Tan continued with this strategy for a while, but then he realized that he could make even more money if he bought directly from the glass artists. If he bought in bulk, he could get the artwork at a cheaper price and sell it for a higher profit. This was a brilliant move, and within just 6 months, he had made a whopping $100,000 in sales. Tan couldn't believe it since he had never made that much money before. Now, Tan had a tough decision to make. He had to quit his 3 jobs if he wanted to pursue this glass art business further. But his family was against the idea and thought it was too risky. They didn't think he could pull it off and advised him to play it safe. However, Tan weighed his options and decided to go for it. He knew he had to do what was best for him, even if it meant quitting his jobs. So Tan quit all 3 of his jobs and focused on his glass art business full time. It was a risky move, but it paid off in the end. Tan became very successful and proved his family wrong. He never gave up and always believed in himself. Tan turned his Instagram into a business and teamed up with a friend to create a drop shipping store. They struggled to find a winning product and spent $25 on their first Instagram shout-out. To their surprise, they broke even with 3 sales. Tan continued to come up with drop shipping ideas and also worked on his glass artwork store. At an art show in Las Vegas, he saw a Facebook ad for expensive necklaces and built his website and product page in the same day. With a 24-hour promotion for $30, Tan's store got more sales than ever before, and he made a profit of $240. Tan repeated this process and spent more money on promotions until he was spending at least $200 a day. By the end of the month, he had made $38,000 in sales. Tan reached out to influencers and was able to get one of the most well-known influencers on Instagram to promote his Shopify store for $3,000 per ad. Within the first hour, Tan had earned $6,000 in sales, and after 24 hours, he managed to clear $23,000 in a single day. This changed his outlook on money, and he realized that the last thing holding him back was his ability to reach customers. Tan heard about Facebook ads and decided to try them out. He filmed a short video of himself using his product and put the video on Facebook ads with a maximum budget of $100. The next day, he got 20 sales on his dropshipping store, acquiring one customer for every $5 spent. Tan invested around $40,000 for his inventory and had to hire his first employee during the holiday season. By the end of the holidays, he had made $230,000 in sales in a single month. Tan learned that he needed to surround himself with like-minded people and to be willing to take risks to succeed. He now has over 190,000 subscribers on YouTube. But why don't people trust him on Gadsby anymore? Click on this video right here to uncover the hidden truth.